Undead Murder Farce has gone from little community hype to surprisingly grabbing people's attention in summer. Maybe this is due to the title of the anime being so close in similarity to something like Undead Murder Farce that it's funny, or the fact that this is actually a solid show. Whatever the case for this anime, I've been looking forward to each episode as they've aired. I thought I'd share my appreciation, hopefully that way more of you can enjoy everything it has to offer as well. What better way to highlight Undead Murder Farce than with the perfect opportunity I've been waiting for to roast Spectre. If you're not familiar with Spectre, this anime aired winter 2020 followed by a second season in winter 2023. And you're not missing out on much if anything. It went from mid to bad pretty quickly, and that's for a couple of reasons that Undead Murder Farce succeeds with. Are you familiar with the 5 W's? These are questions whose answers are considered basic in information gathering or problem solving, and often used in police investigations. Spectre thinks the audience is too dumb to figure any of these out. For something that is supposed to be mysterious and dealing with the supernatural, nothing is left up to our interpretation. The so-called goddess of wisdom, Kodako, constantly explains every last thing in excruciating detail. The final straw of the pointlessness of interpreting anything that Spectre offers is being told any resolution can just be made up.
あの事故物件についての説明、本当なのか?
そう。
Undead Murder Farce, on the other hand, does the right thing by asking questions that allow the viewer to immerse themselves in the anime and have the opportunity to try guessing the answers. When Aya is figuring out the 5 W's of the murder of Lord Godard's wife, the hints, whether a question or visual cue, allow us to be an active participant. Everything is then laid out by Aya to resolve the issue in a satisfying way. And this brings up the important problem. Why try and engage with an episode looking for hints when an anime like Spectre incentivizes you to turn off your brain and wait for the 10-minute explanation? Then there's cohesion, what combines the episodes together to form the story. With Spectre, the only connection these arcs have are sometimes to the goddess of wisdom. The threads of storytelling are so loose that they can't support immersion, and the second season ended up with threads being fumbled. Kuro, an important staple of the first season, is now reduced to very little screen time, with that amounting to being the butt of jokes in regards to his romantic relationship with Kodako, or every couple episodes getting killed in front of the characters for shock value, since he can just resurrect himself. For Undead Murder Farce, this is the complete opposite. The first episode well defines Suguru and Aya's motives to find the man with the cane engraved with the letter M. Each investigation furthers this goal one step at a time, building proper cohesion as we move through different settings. Suguru and Aya at times share being the butt of a joke similar to Kuro, however the jokes are a humorous back and forth dripping with sarcasm that does well to build a good relationship between the main cast. I could go on about how much I hate an episodic series format like Spectre uses, or how self-conceited the alternative title name is, as well as the many glaring issues with the series, but those wouldn't do Undead Murder Farce any good. If you're like me, you don't want a mystery anime to treat you like you're incompetent, and that's why you should give this anime a chance. If anything, Undead Murder Farce was never the farce Spectre was.